Hey, friends. Your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co host and Chaos.
Giovanni, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, friends, welcome back to another episode of No Ma'am. We are recapping Drag Race France. I haven't done it in a while. Stars, episodes 6 and 7. Now, before we get into the episode, make sure you head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/nomam the podcast. It is only $5, and your support means the world to us so we can continue bringing you more content like this. Unhinged, chaotic, the best stuff. $5 at patreon.com/nomam the podcast. Now back to Drag Race France All Stars. So episode 6 is the Queenovision, which is similar to like Eurovision. And then episode 7 was the roast challenge,
hmm
which we'll get into that. So this episode may seem a little shorter than normal, and it's only because, right, there's really like not that much for us to like go over other than looks. We can talk about the episode, but for the most part, it's kind of like just us talking about our thoughts on it. So, episode 6 was the Queenovision episode in which the queens were broken up into 3 teams of 2. So we have Ellipse and Peach, and they had one song. We had Mami Wata and Moon, and they had a different song. And then we had Misty Phoenix and Cam Hugh, and they had a different song. So, based on that, in my personal opinion, I thought it was really interesting that Peach and Ellipse went from like the high energy campy song because I was fully expecting them to do the sexy song that Mami Walter and Moon had.
No, as soon as they said the song choices, I felt like Peach was gonna go for the pop because she's a dancer, so she's gonna show that off every chance that she gets, and I felt like that was the best chance to do so. So I thought that's the one they were gonna definitely go for. I thought Mommy would have gone for more of the rock one, but Cam was definitely always gonna go try to go the sexy route, but she didn't really get that.
Interesting. I don't know. I saw Ellipse going for pop or maybe a rock song because that's in her vibe.
Yeah.
I didn't see so much Peace going for like the pop song more than I saw her go for the sexy one. Obviously, we all know that Mami Walter and sex is like synonymous
Yeah.
with each other. Like they're like
I
that,
mean,
right? But also the same can be said about Peach with the sexy song because she's very sexy. She's a dancer. So like yes, I think they just wanted to play and I would say just do something different, and I think it paid off because I really enjoyed Peach and Ellipse doing that song. I thought that was really fun.
I thought it was so fun. You could tell that I felt like out of all the three groups, you could tell that they were having the most fun. Like they were just being their true selves on stage, just laughing. Also think they had the hardest choreo by far. Like I was out of breath just watching them. I was like, oh my God, they're still going. Like I thought these were gonna be like a minute at most, and they kept going and they kept the energy through the whole time. I was like, ooh, they really went through it. With mommy, obviously, she sold the sex really, really well, but like it's mommy, she's always gonna do that. Um, Moon, I thought looked really sexy too. And then with the final girls, was it Misty and Cam Hugh? I felt like Misty looked lost the entire time. Like she just kept looking at like Cam, and I felt so bad. Like, and they were so out of sync. They were so out of sync. Like, I don't think there was a single moment where they were on beat together. I felt so bad for them. But they tried.
Oh my god, you thought that Misty looked out of place? I thought Cam looked out of place.
No,
I
for
thought
me,
Cam was looking at Misty like,
no, for me, I thought Cam looked more confident, which was not what I was expecting. Like for me, I
the
just kept
cartwheel.
seeing like Misty like look at her, and I'm like, girl, just focus on you. Or maybe I don't know, maybe she was trying to like see if she was doing all right. I
Yeah,
don't
fair
know.
point.
Yeah.
Fair point. Yeah. I know that Cam did the cartwheel and everyone was like, yay, Cam, you did it.
I was surprised. I honestly thought so you know how right before they did that, they went backstage and like disappeared for a few seconds. I genuinely thought they switched out with other people, like backup dancers that were in their costumes to like play like they've done that before in some episodes,
Mm-hmm.
kind of for the gag of it. And then when they saw it was really Cam, I was like, Cam, you just did that? Okay, word.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought Moon and Mommy Walter, I thought they did, I was about to say great, but I don't think they did great. I think they did good. Moon in the beginning was so caught up on the moves that you could see that she was really focused on doing the moves. And then when she just let loose, that's when she got like more confident and more sexy. And then at one part, I just felt like Mommy Walter was like over it. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I just felt like she was just like there and like doing the moves, like, yeah, I don't really want to be here. But then I'm like, maybe that was what the song was axing.
Maybe, because I mean, I have no idea what the hell they were singing. It was cute. I had no idea what the hell they were singing though.
And we talked about that, right? We said that these international seasons are doing a disservice of not letting us know what the words are, because even when it's dubbed, we still don't get the dubbed version of the songs. And so I just think that that's like, it kind of takes us out because we really can't talk about it. We only can go by like what we think, right? Overall, the performance was good, but we don't know what the essence of the song is.
Yeah, like at all.
So, shall we get into these? Look,
Oh, never mind. Sorry, thinking of another season. My bad. Wrong franchise.
what was you thinking? What
I
was
was
it?
like, no, but I was gonna say when they were recording the song, they were translating them, but I was like, wait, no, that was I was thinking of Slays Royale because they didn't
Yeah,
record songs for this; they just
which they
performed
didn't.
them.
Right. Right. I mean, speaking of Slasia, we'll get into that too, but they didn't do a good job at dubbing that either. So
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't dub the like performance, but they were dubbing it when they were recording it. So
they
you
were
kind of got the
rehearsing.
vibe that
Yeah.
what they were going from there.
Makes sense. All right, so let's get into the looks. So episode 6, the category was circus, and I have to say that some of these circus looks
Insane.
they ate.
Insane. Like I need this
They
runway
ate.
theme on every season.
Some of these spoiler, well obviously like the people have already seen the episode, but when the eliminated queens came back and they did the circus theme, they ate.
They ate. They ate.
Okay, so up first, we have Mommy Wata. What did you think?
Almost an over. It was almost an over. Absolutely adore the silhouette of this, the shape, everything. I love that hair. The fact that that hat is a wig. I was gagging. The only thing that prevented it from being an over was those arms. And I don't know. You know how I feel about those fake arms. So that was the only thing that prevented it from being an over for me. But I like the idea of it. I think if the arms were better executed, this would have been an over.
Same, I gave it a yes, ma'am, because it was almost an over because of the same thing. Literally, no notes, like nothing else. Those arms just looked, they just look fake.
Yeah.
And I get what she meant to go, but no. Okay. Then we have ellipse. What did you think?
I think this is the yes, ma'am. I think it's a really good look. It's very well constructed. I love the silhouette. I love the concept of it. And then when she started juggling the mask, I was like, ooh, yes, bitch. It's just not an over just because I think there was some outfits or some runways that left me like absolutely flabbergasted, and this was not one of them.
Yeah, I also gave ellipse a yes, ma'am. I thought it was very interesting and I thought it was very unique that she did like the gesture when she went like this and she kept doing the different like faces with the mask, and I thought
Hmm.
that was great. She juggled. I thought that was good. I agree with you. I think there was some other ones that stood out more, but other than that, this is a good look. Then we have Missy Phoenix. What did you think?
Meh. It's a well constructed look. It's cute. But when you're comparing it to all these other looks on the runway, it just falls very flat.
Agreed. I gave Missy Phoenix a meh as well, especially if we can. And I didn't do this on purpose, but Missy Phoenix versus Moon, right? When the same kind of like pattern, like the big top pattern. This one just seems a little like less effective than
Hmm.
Moon's, right? And so, speaking of Moon's, what did you think of Moon's look?
That was a yes man for me. I love how big and dramatic this was. I love how she presented it on the runway and how it flowed behind her. I thought she looked great, and the makeup was amazing. I love the makeup.
Agreed with that. Moon, this is a yes, ma'am. And this one came out first. So we got to see
Hmm.
this look from everybody. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a really good introduction to what this circus theme is all about. And then, obviously comparing this look to Missy Phoenix's look, that's why Missy get the meh and then Moon got the yes, ma'am, because Moon just looks richer. It looks fuller. Her
Hmm.
makeup looks good. Everything just looks well put together. And it looks like one cohesive look that was meant to be.
Yeah, and I also when I think of like big top, I think big, like, like puffy, like dramatic. Misty's was a cute look, but it was very flat. And that's not what I think of when I think of like a circus tent.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay. Then we have Peach. What did you think?
I need to know how the hell Peach packed for Drag Race. Because where the hell is she putting all these items? Where the hell is she putting all these things? How did she get them there? I need to know that. Just for my own sake, like peace of mind. But this was great. This was an OVA, mainly because of the wow factor of it. Because she like it was just that it was like jaw dropping. Like, how did she do this? She looked really uncomfortable in there. I think her head looked good in there, but I think it was more of a costume than anything else, than like an actual outfit, honestly. But like huge props for being able to pull this off, honestly.
I also gave this an over. I thought it was ballsy for her to be in like this shape the whole entire time on the freaking runway. Like,
Like
I was like, wow, she's like literally
like
just like this the whole entire time.
I
That
really
takes a
want to
lot of
know how she
flexibility
packed
and a lot of
this.
skill. So shout out to Peach for that. I think she, I think she packed everything except for like the actual like table. I think she had them make the table for her in the workroom.
Okay, but then like so she has this look, and then earlier in the season she had that other look. It was her, yeah,
The
where she was
box
like,
when she was in
yeah,
the she,
yeah, like how, like girl, where the hell did you put these? How would you get them there?
yeah. I think she had producers. I think she had elements to it, and she just had the producers go find what she needed.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, props to her for being able to pull off these insane looks. I think she has had one of the most jaw-dropping like runway packages we've ever seen. Because every time she turned a corner, it was you didn't know what to expect. It was like full on production.
Correct. Correct. And remember, this is All Stars, so they have a little bit more perks than the regular season girlies.
True, true.
And then, last but not least, we have Cam Hugh. What did you think?
I think this was cute. It was fun. It's a soft male. I don't think there's anything wrong with this look. It's just again like compared to like some of the other looks that were presented, it just didn't amaze me. It was cute though.
I gave it a meh for those exact reasons. I'm like, we expect more from Cam. And then the other runways was so great and so grand
Hmm.
and spectacular and way outside the box that she gave us like a bunny rabbit. And I'm like, I understand the theme of it. I get it. Still on brand for circus, but I just expected more. Okay. So we see that the eliminated queens come back, and anytime we have a challenge when the eliminated queens come back, we're like, wait a minute, are they gonna try to come back in the competition? That's the first thing I thought. But first up, we have La Big Bertha. What did you think of her look when she came back?
I think this was a yes, ma'am. I think it was really creative. I think it was well executed. She looks really uncomfortable in there because it looks like she was crawling on her knees down the runway. But again, props to her for being able to pull this off.
I give it a yes, ma'am. I thought it was really interesting that she came out on the little like was kind of like a roller coaster kind of thing. I don't know.
I think it's
I don't know what she's
uh
supposed to be.
no,
I'm
yes.
confused.
No, she was supposed to be, you know how magicians cut their assistants in half? So she's supposed to be like the two body pieces.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now I get it. That makes sense. But I thought it was really interesting that she like did the whole rolling thing around the whole entire stage. I thought that was cute. So shout out to Love Your Birthday because she looked great. And then we have Soa the Muse. What did you think?
Meh. I like the color on her. I think the dress was okay. It just again comparatively to the other queens. And I hate doing that. I hate like saying that. But it's just like I wasn't wowed by this look. But she looked really good.
I gave it a meh, only because I just wasn't wild by the look based on everybody else's look. But she looked really good. The makeup was good. She looked amazing, I would have to say. But it just wasn't a wow piece, and I was expecting a wow piece
Mhm.
because the next queen, which was
Bitch.
Punani, that's a wow piece.
Like when she came out holding that like her sister, I was like, what? Miss Thing, how'd you think of that? Like this was amazing. Like this wasn't over. Like this was so creative. I actually liked the design of the look. I liked the clashing colors and fabrics. I loved everything about this. I thought she looked great. This is one of the best things she's ever worn.
This is an absolute over. Punani this was great. When
Hmm.
she did this, I said, wow. Like this is art. This was so good. I was like, this is amazing. So good. Shout out to Punani because this is probably the best thing she's ever presented. It's probably one of the best things that France has ever displayed on the runway. And we've seen some really interesting ones too. And this is a really great look for France.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Magnetica. Who did you think?
This wasn't over for me. I adore this because when she came down the runway, obviously, she had on a different outfit. It was I think it was like a red dress, I think it was. But then she revealed into
Mm-hmm.
this, and I thought this was amazing. The prosthetics, I think, were some of the best prosthetics we've ever seen on Drag Race. The way that like makeup kind of flowed into the hair, I thought everything about this was amazing.
Yeah, Magnetica got it over for me too, though, because I was not expecting this look to be underneath that red dress that
Hmm.
she had. I was like, okay, this is different. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Magnetica looked
Hmm.
really good. I was like, whoa, where was this Magnetica in the beginning of the competition?
I was literally just about to say that.
She did it. This is good. This is good. All right. So we see that the winner of episode 6 was none other than Peach. Obviously, we know that Peach is going to win the Queenovision episode. Like, Peach is a dancer. This is what Peach does. But speaking of that, we see that Miss No Rhythm, Cam Hugh, and I'm not throwing shade at Cam because that she was nominated, the one that didn't have any rhythm, the last episode, if you remember. She was eliminated in episode 6. So we no longer so au revoir to Cam Hugh.
Yeah, I love her. It was sad to see her go, but I think it was her time.
It was. It was. Okay, so episode 7 is the roast. What did you think of the roast episode altogether?
I thought it was cute. There was parts that made me laugh, but like, the humor is different. I know there was definitely a lot of references to like people or things that I didn't fully understand, but clearly they thought it was funny. So I don't think I will ever fully understand it because I don't know French culture the way they do. But I thought overall it was cute.
I really enjoyed Mommy Walter. I thought she did really well.
He did
I
good
was like,
too.
wow, she did really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially opening the roast. That's always hard when you open a
Hmm.
roast.
Hmm.
And so she set the pace. She said she had some really good jokes. It felt like natural. Did all her jokes land? Not so much. But was it overall? Was it really good? Yeah. From what I saw, I thought Missy Phoenix was really. She did really well. Ellipse did really well. I mean, I'm over kind of like the character kind of thing, but it works for her. So I was like, that's fine. And then you can see that Moon and Peach they struggled a little bit with the roast because they didn't get as many jokes, and you can tell that it got to their heads that they were like, maybe we're not funny.
Yeah. I felt so bad. Especially Peach, because that's our girl Peach. We love Peach. And when
Yes.
she was like, she just looked down and she was like, I was like, no, Peach, not now. This is not your like you've done
Yeah,
so well. Don't start fucking up now.
I know. Yes. But can we talk about this runway? Because I thought this runway was a really great runway theme.
Hmm.
If it was done the way I was expecting it to like do in
Hmm.
my head. When I heard Long Live the Queen, I was like, this is about to be some really good looks. And some of them were okay, and others were like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was disappointed in a few of them. Or a couple of them. It's not like
Yeah.
there's that many
So
left.
I know, right? So first up, we have Moon. What did you think?
I really did not like this. I'm sorry. I love Moon and she's presented some amazing things. She's probably presented my favorite runway of all time with that like pregnancy look. But this was just a no man for me. Why is it then? Why is your crown made out of like mannequin hands? Like I was confused. I didn't get it.
Yeah, I gave Moon a no ma'am. I just think it was a hodgepodge of things that just didn't go together.
Yeah.
And I see what she wanted. She wanted to be like the moon goddess and the moon queen, but it just didn't work.
But if you're the Moon Queen, why is your crown made out of baby hands? Like I don't I
Yeah, it wasn't good. So yeah, with that said, I don't want to beat up Moon. So let's go over to Missy Phoenix. What did you think of Missy Phoenix's look?
I think this is a yes, ma'am. I love the color of this. I think she looked grand. I like how she took kind of like a darker route for this. Overall, I think it's a really good look.
Same. I gave it a yes, ma'am. I thought she looked good. You know what she looked like? She looked like the evil witch in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh, I can see that. Yes, I can see that.
Who was that? Charlize Theron. She looked
Yeah,
like her, and I was like, "That's what I'm getting," and I loved it in the best way. I was like, "Oh, this is nice." That off the shoulder moment, I don't know, it's something about it off the shoulder, but just one
very
shoulder, I'm like,
sensual.
"Oh, give it to me." Yes, 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 yes. Love it. Missy Phoenix, she got kudos for me. The next up we have Ellipse. What did you think?
Almost was a yes, ma'am. So I guess like a soft ma'am. I just really did not like how, I guess, angular the bottom of the dress or like that, like, where it extends out was. I love this face piece moment. I thought that was great. I love how dramatic it was, but just how angular that bottom portion was kind of threw me off. I love the color of this though, and this overall silhouette. It was just that.
I gave it a soft ma'am because I really didn't get queen from it. And
Okay.
that's just me, my personal opinion. I just didn't get queens from it. I just didn't see because I was thinking maybe queen like crown, but this doesn't
Hmm.
have a crown. It just has that moment in the front, which I thought was interesting. Maybe it could be like a mirror and you're looking through a window, whatever it is. Okay. I didn't mind the structure of the bottom piece. I was like, okay. It just didn't give me queen for me. So I didn't see long live the queen. That's why I gave it a soft man.
Okay. That's fair.
Right. And then we have Peach. What did you think of Peach's look?
I really like the idea of this, of more of like an urban like street queen. I thought that was a really good idea. And I liked it. I think she could have gotten bigger. Like made like a bigger like denim skirt or I don't know, just added more to it. Overall, it's a yes, ma'am, but with this idea, I think she could have gone for more.
I agree. I give it a yes, ma'am. I thought the execution of it could have been better because when she did the reveal and the ponytail didn't unravel as it should, and she had to unravel the ponytail, I was like, "Ooh, dag!" Right? And you could tell by that point she was like, "Shit, this reveal didn't
Yeah.
go the way I wanted it to," because. I, in my opinion, you should have tested it out because if not, if it didn't work, just keep the crown the way it was because
Hmm.
it was better without the ponytail. To be honest,
Yeah, I agree. I didn't realize there was gonna be a reveal on the wig until she like went for it. And I was like, oh, okay. So if she had just left it on, nobody would have noticed.
no, the puffer jacket, great. That was such a great moment. Love the bubble coat, was good. The crown was good. When she took it off, I was
Hmm.
like, yes, it's urban queen. I love it. I agree with you. The denim moment needed more denim. Like, make it a moment if you're gonna do it. Like,
Hmm.
make the jeans a moment for that urban queen. I was like, let's do this. She didn't do that for me, but otherwise, it wasn't a bad look.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now can we talk about this next look? Because I
Mommy,
am in awe
like
of this look.
this is absolute perfection. This is so powerful. I love how she brought her culture into this and executed it so well and elevated it and explained it. Um, and she even like said she's like, hey, typically they wouldn't take off their mask, but like I'm gonna do it for this presentation. She gave us the story behind it. Everything about this was absolute perfection. She looked amazing. That wig, that headpiece, like insane. This dress was so big, but it didn't swallow her. Like it wasn't wearing her, she was wearing it. Like there's literally absolutely no notes about this.
This look is an absolute over for multiple reasons, which is why I had to give it its own slide. Like I like I
I mean,
had to give it its own
hi.
slide. I Right. It is the cultural reference that she brought to the runway, which I think is really important, especially in today's society. I think it's always good to just know where you come from. What Mommy Wata did is so powerful that you have no notes because it's so good. It's like, thank you for allowing us to have a part of your culture. Queen Kong said it on Global All Stars, but this is the true meaning of for the culture because this is what use your platform, you get on the show, you teach people about different cultures, you bring them along with you, you educate them. I think she did an amazing job. And I was like, for this to be a crown without actually being the typical crown, I thought smart.
Yeah. This look is going down in the history books. I think it's one of the best things we've ever seen on any drag race runway ever.
Yes. I loved it when Shea Coulee did it on All Stars, what was that, 7? When she did it,
Hmm.
when she came out and with a similar like long like head piece and I was like, yes, right, that braided wig. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for bringing this to TV. This is what is needed. I wish more queens would bring heritage to the televisions, right? Like, I just think we just need it. We need more queens to bring whatever heritage, wherever it is, bring it on the stage, let people know.
But do it respectfully too.
Correct. Don't be like the pineapple dress. Even though I love Malilla, but don't be the pineapple dress.
I love the
Let's
pineapple
not do
dress.
that. A lot of people do, but you know how Mariah felt.
Oh my
Like, let's
god.
just not. But we find out that the winner of episode 7 is none other than Mami Wata. And unfortunately, the eliminated queen of episode 7 is Moon. Did you agree?
Overall, yes. I mean, she was the only one left that didn't have a win or didn't have a badge. Every time going on track record, it was Peach's first time in the bottom. He had multiple tops and he had a win, so it makes sense. But I was genuinely shocked that she chose Moon because like they were really close. They were like really close friends. So I thought she would have chosen to save Moon. But you could see how heartbreaking it was for her to like do the fair thing, and like eliminate her.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why she did the fair thing, right?
Hmm.
I think all of us expected her to not play fair and eliminate Peach and save Moon, right? Because they're so like they're friends. And Moon said it. Moon said it when she gave her farewell speech. She said, "We've been playing this game fair this whole entire time." And so she said she respected Mami Walter for making the decision because that would have been the fairest choice. And we have to give Mami Walter so much credit to say that you, even though you are like best of friends with Moon, you still went the fair route. And that's true.
Yeah, because I don't know if I would have been able to do that, honestly.
Right. I don't think not too many other people would have been able to, but the fact that she did it, and that's why
Alaska.
it was so heartbreaking because that was a really tough choice. Okay, here we go. So here is the top 4 of Drag Race France All Stars Season 1. We have Missy Phoenix with 1 win and 1 bottom. We have Mami Wata with 3 wins and 0 bottoms. We have Ellipse with 2 wins and 0 bottoms. And we have Peach with 1 win and 1 bottom. Now, what I calculated as a win was badges. Obviously, every episode has a top 2, so they both will have like the one who actually gets a badge and the other queen who actually won the challenge. But I just had who got badges. See, these are all badge numbers, not so much the wins. I don't want people coming up. I'm like, oh no, she got 2 wins because in theory she did. She was in top 2 twice, but she
Hmm.
got 1 badge that she won because she won the full episode. So that's why it's like that.
Who do you think is gonna win?
So who's winning?
uh,
I love how we said that. I
I
love how we
know,
said it at
yeah.
the same time.
I mean, Misty surprised me the most this season, mainly because I didn't watch her season, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I think she performed pretty well, pretty consistently throughout the entire competition. She had some really good highs. Ellipse, I loved on her original season, and you could see the glow up, you could see the elevation. She did really well. Again, somebody else who had really good highs. Peach is one of my favorite queens from France. One of the best runway packages we've ever seen, and she's so amazingly talented. But I think this is Mommy's time. Like she has had such a great glow up. She has presented some amazing things, and because she's performed the best throughout the entire season.
I agree. I think we are about to see another Queen of Color from France win. And I think we're about to see the first Queen of Color All Stars from France. I honestly think so. I think Mami Walter is going to take the crown. I think this is her season. I love Ellipse. I think Ellipse had an amazing glow up from the
Mhm.
first season that she was on to now. I think Peach also had a really great glow up to see. We knew that Peach had potential because we saw a glimpse of Peach's potential. Coming back to All Stars like was great for Peach. She had an amazing runway package, probably like the best runway package we've ever seen on France, or maybe even Drag Race if you put it together, right? If you want to be technical. And then we have Missy Phoenix, who we really didn't know what to expect from Missy Phoenix. And so having all of them on this finale, I think they each did a really great job. They each represent France in a different way, but Mami Walter has to take this crown.
Yeah.
And I'm not really worried so much for Mami Walter to not to win because Nikki Doll does have her finger on the pulse and she does do like the winning picks very well, I have to say.
She
I have
does.
not been like to say, oh, like the person has dominated the season and then they don't win the finale. So like she listens to the people.
Mhm. Yeah, I think she's gonna make the right choice.
So
Not that the
okay
other
for that.
queens would be a wrong choice, because I think they all deserve it for different reasons. But like, give it to mommy.
I agree. Now, friends, do you agree? Do you think Mommy Walter is taking this crown or is it going to someone else? Drop your comments in the comment section. And like always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. Until next time, friends.